For 238 years, the United States Marines have served our great nation with unfailing valor, bolstered by the enduring fortitude of one another and their families and friends, which is why each year on November 10th, Marines from all generations gather together to celebrate the birthday of the Corps and reflect on their proud legacy. And with fellow warriors, they honor each other and Marines who have gone before. And with us this morning, very honored to have Major Brian Sillison.
I, Roy Elrod,
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
It is the warrior, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the warrior who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And the orders of the officers appointed over me.
He is the POW who went away one man and came back another, or hasn't come back at all. It is the San Diego and Parris Island drill instructor who saved countless lives by turning average individuals into Marines and teaching them to watch each other's back.
According to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
The warrior is the parading legionnaire who pins on medals with a prosthetic hand. He is an ordinary and extraordinary human being who offered some of life's most vital years in the service of his country, and who sacrificed life's ambitions so others would not have to sacrifice their own. It is the warrior, a savior, a sword against the darkness, who has nothing more than the finest, greatest testimony to, and on behalf of, the finest and greatest nation ever known.
So help me God.
All right, well, I got ahead of myself there because I'm just so honored that you gentlemen are here with us. I mean, that's a very moving, compelling thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with us this morning, we have Major Brian Sillison, Delta Company, 4th Reconnaissance Battalion, and Paul Caputo, who's the Commandant of the Marine Corps League, Detachment 1316. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us this morning. And every New Mexican, every American watching this, thank you for the service you give to our country.
It's our pleasure, Chad.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
The Marine Corps, and this is interesting, is older than our country. How was it formed?
Well, Congress in 1775 said that we would raise 2 battalions of Marines. And in Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, they started recruiting to do so, and they participated in the American Revolution.
Wow. Wow, and so now this is the smallest of the United States Armed Forces, right? And tell us about the Corps and how its mission has evolved over the years.
Well, we started out as naval infantry back in 1775. And since then, we were the first service to actually go overseas and land in Tripoli and project U.S. forces forward. We have done everything from small unit tactics, combat advisors, all over the world. We guard our embassies, and then we became an amphibious force. It's been throughout our history, but we can do anything. We can be a land force that goes deep in enemy territory, the first in and the first out. We can do counterinsurgency operations and special operations forces as well. So there is no limit to what the United States Marines can do for this country, and we evolve as our country needs us to evolve. Yeah. But some of us like to refer to ourselves as amphibious monsters from the sea.
Amphibious monsters, and a good day to do it, right? Halloween, amphibious
Absolutely.
Monsters of the sea. All right, and so of all the United States Armed Forces, the Marines uniforms, they have been around the longest, and they hold a lot of symbolism. And so I'm wondering if you can break it down for us just a little bit. We've got an example here.
Well, we decided to, myself and Paul decided to bring a few uniform items in because once a Marine, always a Marine. And everything that we wear in a uniform is deep-seated heritage. And we have to earn every item that we get. You don't just get your Marine Corps blues issued to you once you enter boot camp. You have to finish boot camp.
And so we were looking at the hat here. There's a symbol on the top. What is that?
That's correct. You have a Marine Corps officer's cover here is what we call it.
Okay.
And that's a quatrefoil. And back in the days of naval warfare, when we were boarding ships, our snipers would have to identify the officers by that quatrefoil. And so that's since been put on the Marine Corps uniform from the beginning.
From the beginning. Wow. That's great. And the things I never knew and the symbolism within it. So the public, we can celebrate at this Marine Corps birthday bash coming up, right? This is a time-honored tradition. So what are the details about this party coming up?
First of all, is the Marine Corps League, which some people look at as kind of the old age home for younger Marines, but we're like the Legion or the VFW. It's just all Marines. We have a Marine Corps birthday ball every year on November 10th. No matter what day of the week it is, we as a league do November 10th for our ball. And we have attendance from current Marines, former Marines. I started this with my detachment several years ago so that people in the community that were serving as Marines had a ball to go to. This is on Sunday, November 10th at the Inn at Rio Rancho at 5 o'clock, or we refer to 1700 hours.
1700 hours, there you go.
Is when we have our social hour, and all the events kick off at 1800, which is 6 o'clock. We have a honor guard that presents the colors and pomp and circumstance that we go through for our ceremony. The birthday cake cutting that we do is extremely traditional. We have the oldest and youngest Marine at the event. The oldest Marine gets a piece of cake, takes a bite, passes it on to the youngest Marine to reflect our tradition that we are continually passing from old to younger.
To younger, right. And so, Brian, there's another Marine Corps birthday party on Saturday the 16th at the Isleta Resort. What are the details on that?
Well, we Delta Company 4th Reconnaissance Battalion has been in this city since 1951, believe it or not. And we open it up to the general public, including all Marines and former sailors as well. We have a big tradition with the Navy and Navy corpsmen especially who have served with us. So we open up the invite to any veterans or any friends or family of the Marine Corps on November 16th at the Isleta. So
that's great. And so some of our viewers, they may be considering, our younger viewers, they may be considering a career in the armed forces. Why should they choose the Marines?
We're the best.
You're the best. There you go.
You can put it simply there. I mean, we have we believe in honor, courage, and commitment. And we teach this, and as you saw from the video clip, I mean, we are lifelong once you become a U.S. Marine.
Right.
And we don't forget about you, and we try to make you a better person first and foremost. We develop your character, and we want to set you up for success whatever you decide to do. I've been in the Marine Corps for 21 years, but the Marine Corps cares about what I do at 25 years if I'm a civilian.
Right.
They care about what the young men or women are doing after their first tour in the Marine Corps.
Right.
If they're wounded in action or they're wounded in training, it doesn't matter. The Marine Corps is going to stand by them for the rest of their lives. So that alone, that camaraderie that we've developed, I think is the most important aspect.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, again, thank you for your service. Thank you for putting this on, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too, Chad.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, Jack